Now presenting on your campus, Scams, Sasquatch, and the Supernatural. It's a different type of show, really different. If it were a class, it would be called Scams 101. It's got live, interactive demonstrations and games, free giveaways of cash and prizes. Best of all, you'll get insider information on unusual topics like aliens,
good question, Earthling.
street cons, crop circles, ESP, UFOs,
What are they doing over there?
Bigfoot,
In search of Sasquatch.
psychic mediums,
He was a working man.
He did work.
Yeah.
and psychic surgery. It's hosted by magician Brian Brushwood, so it'll be funny, magical, and of course, bizarre. Your school is going to tell you that this is a lecture, that you'll be learning. Don't be scared. You'll be learning how to spot fakes and how to avoid getting ripped off. It's sort of like entertainment with a lesson. Kinda like Fat Albert.
Divinations is any ritual you do to predict the future. I'm talking about everything from burning ashes on the head of a donkey and watching how it freaks out. There's my favorite, which is Euromancy, which is peeing into a pot and looking at the bubbles to predict the future. What if I told you I can make all of you guys expert practitioners in astrology, palmistry, do you name it, any of those things, and all I have to do is teach you one magic phrase and you would be 84% accurate. What we all have is a tendency to remember times that a theory has been right and to tend to forget the time that theories have been wrong. What does UFO stand for? Is this a real UFO photo or a fake created by a college student? A fake, you are absolutely correct. It's a fake, you would think so, but unfortunately that is a real UFO photo. The idea that we're visited by UFOs on a regular basis is a very extraordinary claim, but how good is memory anyway? But when somebody's asked to draw a penny, this is the type of thing they come up with. I mean, we laugh at them because they got us so wrong, but how many of us could do any better? I tell you what, who here can tell me which of these is the real US penny? There are these incredibly intricate, beautiful patterns that pop up in some cases overnight. And the whole thing was started, this is an interesting story, by these two guys right here. Who can tell me what spiritualism is? Right here. Talking to the dead people. Yeah, there we go. And the whole thing was started by three girls, really two of them, these two right here. In 1888, though, they finally came clean. They said, yeah, for the last 40 years, we've kind of been scamming you. The ethereal tapping was actually coming not from the table itself, but about 6 inches underneath it where their knees were. So they actually came out and busted themselves. Sadly, nobody cared, and 2 years later, they died of alcoholism, which, I mean, it's not funny, but we're gonna contact an ancient, mysterious spirit. And to do that, I have these very rare, very expensive, magical hex nuts from Atlantis. He's going to answer yes by causing that pendulum to move forward and backwards right in front of you in a rocking line. How many guys is this working? Hands in the air. Good, excellent. They call this Chevreul's pendulum, and it's named for Michel Eugene Chevreul, French scientist, brilliant guy. That what the human mind visualizes in detail, the body can't help but make small micromuscular movements that are in accordance with that. This is called the ideomotor response. We've seen recently a resurgence in people who claim to talk to dead people. How many guys have seen on TV somebody who claimed to talk to dead people? Who can tell me what the #1 technique is they use? It's a form of guessing that magicians call cold reading. Part of it is guessing, and part of it is careful, artful manipulation of words. Now, the guys you see on TV, though, they go a step farther. They do what magicians call hot reading. I would call it cheating. What does ESP stand for? Of course, we all know. Why do we all know that? But nobody believes in ESP because of some freaking study who says that ESP exists. People believe in ESP. Why? Because they had some kind of phenomenal experience that they just can't explain. Very few people outside of mathematicians have a good intuitive understanding of probability. Probability is one of those things that is very hard to get a good, correct grasp of. How many of you guys would be surprised if just in the first 5 or 6 rows, 2 people here had the same birthday? Mine's January 17th. What's yours? September 9th. September 19th. 19th. Look at that. The actual odds for 2 people in a group of 23 are 50%. And when you go to 35, it jumps to 85%. When you go to 42, it jumps over 90%. It's amazing. To me, it would be more amazing if bizarre coincidence didn't happen once or twice in somebody's lifetime that was too amazing to be believed. What do you think of when you think of homeopathic remedies? A guy named Samuel Hahnemann came up with the idea. He came up with the theory that like cures like. He also came up with the theory that all disease was created by syphilis, venereal warts, and the itch. Whatever that is. Let's talk about one other thing. We're going to talk about psychic surgery, guys. That's cold stuff, isn't it? Here we go, buddy. All right, now I'm just going to reach in here and then grab. Oh, yeah. I think we got one more. I don't know if we got. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Look at that. See, that's the bad boy that caused your leg to hurt. This fabulous new therapy immediately is healed. You don't have to worry about stitches or anything like that. There you go. Give David a huge round of applause. He's instantly and miraculously cured. What we're going to do an experiment here. We're going to do a memory test. All right? I'm going to show you a list of words. I'm going to show them and I'm going to read them to you. Okay? And as soon as we're done, you're going to have 1 minute to write down as many of those words as you can possibly remember. All right, now don't cheat. Don't start. Keep an eye on your neighbor. Make sure they're not cheating. But we're going to write down as many of these as we can remember. We'll take about 10 more seconds for everyone to get some paper and everything ready. All right, here we go. The words are sour, nice, candy, honey, sugar, soda, bitter, chocolate, good, heart, taste, cake, tooth, tart, pie. You got 1 minute to write down as many of those as you can possibly remember. Many of you find that the first few will come easily and then you'll hit a wall. When you hit that wall, don't give up. Close your eyes and try to remember, and you'll be able to remember 3 or 4 more words. It's important that you get as many as you possibly can. All right, time's up. How many guys think you did pretty good? A few guys? How many guys wish you had a second chance? Okay, well, I tell you what, we're going to grant your wish here. Flip your card over or find a new place on the scratch pad. I'm going to give you a totally different set of words. And by the way, we'll up the ante here, saying whoever gets the most correct will get both a trick deck of cards and the book of scams. All right, so we got a little incentive here. You want to get as many as you can. All right, the second set, don't cheat here. The words are mad, wrath, fear, happy, hate, fight, rage, hatred, temper, mean, fury, calm, ire, emotion, and rage. You got 1 minute. Remember what I said, some of the first ones will come easy. When you hit that wall, keep pushing. Don't give up. All right, time's up, time's up. All right, pencils down. Okay, how many guys think you did better on the second list than the first list? Good, because you knew what to expect, right? I tell you what, look at list number 1. Look at list number 1. Raise your hand if you got the word sweet on list number 1. Hands in the air. Look at almost all of you. Excellent. Now look at list number 2. Raise your hand if you got the word anger or angry on list number 2. Good, almost all of you again. If you raised your hand either time, you have experienced a false memory because neither of those words were on either of these 2 lists. Can you believe that? This was amazing to me, because until I did this experiment, I was convinced, okay, maybe I don't remember everything, but surely the stuff I do remember did happen, right? It shocked me to find out that study after study has shown that there is zero correlation between how sure you are that something happened and that memory actually being true. This blew my freaking mind when I found this out.